Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to fire on second down. Finds his big tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the third down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. The Seminoles line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll make the fair catch at the 44, and they'll have terrific field position. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win in David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Got his man. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
A cacophony of noise, debilitating surround sound, the war chant on third down at the Doak. Firing deep. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. The Tar Heels will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Back to throw, it's Castellanos. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Pressure got to the QB that time. He was trying to find his check down out of the backfield, but the hit forced the incompletion.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. To the ground with the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Well, it just seems as if that ISO play just never really had a chance to develop.
Yeah, but if I'm that running back, good Lord, I'm looking for something. There wasn't any space on the inside, so he tried to bounce it outside and try to make a hole, but sometimes you just run that thing downhill, lower your shoulder, try to get a yard or two, and you bounce outside, you get a loss and put your offense in a worse situation.
One thing this defense always talks about is getting off the field. Last drive, they forced the punt. Here on third down, what a great job flying to the football, getting a hit, forcing an incompletion. They may be jogging off here soon again.
The North Carolina offense returns to the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. They're going to open this drive with a pass. He's got an open man. Oh, he's got some space. Oh, he thought for sure he was going to be able to house that one, but a huge pickup all the way down to the 12.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
They'll send the back in motion. Grab behind the line. It's Gauze. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. And the Tar Heels trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Lopez wants to fire. A little screen to the running back. Breaks the tackle. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
So it's third and long, and this quarterback right now has got to be expecting pressure. So you want to know where your hot routes are. You got to know where your best one-on-one matchup is. But understand this: we're still in the first half. If the defense gets you, tip of the cap. You can take a sack. Punting the football at this stage of the game is okay.
Makes the grab. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Late hit on the quarterback gives this offense a free first down and some yardage. And guys, bringing the heat is what any defense is about, but you have to stop short of making that official reach for his flag. The give. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, UNC! They'll try to add another to their lead. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They'll start this drive with a chance to regain the lead, down 7-3. They'll start this drive going to the air. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Got 5 wideouts spread across the field on 2nd and 5. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break. So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23? Looking downfield is Castellanos. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. The Noles will line up to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, when you get penetration by that defense right away, and there's no way to cut at all for that back, he gets destroyed right away. No way that play was going to be successful. Way too much penetration.
To the air on 2nd down. Caught over the middle. It's Johnson. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the 1st down. They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on 3rd down at the dope. From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged in the middle, it's Johnson. It's a seam wide open. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
Defense is locked in this game so far. They've been shutting this offense down. I think one of the biggest reasons why is they're not letting this running back do anything in this game. They're trying to make them one-dimensional. They're being physical close to the line of scrimmage. They've had a really good game plan, and they're executing beautifully.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
They'll try to power their way ahead. He's loose. They'll pick up enough yardage for the 1st down. They've got it at the 30.
And that's a welcome sight. Like, this offense has really, really struggled. Bottom 50 in college football in 1st downs. So they'll take anything they can get. Nice 3rd down conversion.
Wide open spaces. And he's brought down after a nice game.
This offense has become a 1st down machine, and that is so demoralizing for the defense, especially for those star players that are playing tons of snaps. They're not subbing out as much. By the 4th quarter, they're going to be gassed.
Lopez to pass. Fakes to grab. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Third down play in the red zone, and this crowd is at fever pitch. From the gun, wants to pass. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off.
You know, as a defensive back, you want to force the quarterback to make plays way outside, towards the sideline. That's a long throw. It requires a lot of arm strength and a lot of touch at the same time. Great job forcing the play out wide, making the big interception.
And the timing just a hair off.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
And he dropped it, just didn't look the thing all the way in.
Just got to finish the play for the wide receiver. You got to look that one in and complete it. It's a bad drop.
They're about to wear this punter out. He's already been out 4 times, staring at... Lost one deep down the right side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. And the Noles will bring the punt team onto the field. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Lopez wants to fire. He's going to throw deep right side. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, it should come as no surprise we have ourselves a fun matchup in Tallahassee. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move-the-chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big, fat W. And with that, let's send it back to our guys at Bobby Bowden Field.
The North Carolina offense returns to the field. They had this lead to start the 3rd quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They didn't, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
I think going into halftime trailing, this defense knew that they were going to have to start making plays here in the second half. And early in the 3rd quarter here on this drive, they get a sack. That is really good news for this defense.
The Tar Heels now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Got it in the middle. It's good. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. A cacophony of noise, debilitating surround sound, the war chant on 3rd down at the Doak. From the gun, wants to pass. With the catch, it's Ship. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. And the Tar Heels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Brings him down at the 48. It's a gain of 15 and a first down.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this run game going.
Caught in the backfield. It's gone. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
Complete downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. The Tar Heels started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you can tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that one.
Hauls it in. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
And they get the 3rd down stop. What a play by this defense. They're in makeable field goal range, but on 4th down with this deficit, they'll leave the offense on the field. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. For this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a 1st down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going and something can start to build.
Looking for an open area to his left. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the 3rd quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
The Seminoles will call on their punt team. They'll be forced to kick for the 6th time tonight. He's got it near midfield. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Caller, now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a 1st down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the 1st down.
Turns it loose. He almost had another one. They've already picked off 3 and just a hair away from number 4 there. And the Tar Heels will send out the punt unit. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. Going to take a shot at this DB. Intercepted for the 11th time this season.
And we know turnover margin is a huge part of winning ball games. Interception number 2. His quarterback has to do a better job taking care of the football. Don't force it. Take the high completion percentage stuff. Don't always try to go for the big play.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Tar Heels with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Power football with the run. Shakes off the defender. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a 1st down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Hits the crease. The tap. And he eluded the solid defense, and they'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Tar Heels.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Men, it just means more in the SEC, and take a look at how things are playing out here. Alabama has the lead right now, but this Tide crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet here inside Bryant-Denny. They're up by a field goal over Tennessee. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have SEC fans buzzing all week. Guys?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Looking to take a shot. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. It's Castellanos. There's the pressure. Buys a little time. Unleashes one. That is just a sideline credit. Roll, catch, toe drag, everything you want. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Wants to go up top on first down. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
And nice answer by this defense. You give up a big play, you go take a big play. Sometimes you get down on yourselves and one play turns to 2. Nice job by this defense getting a sack, creating some momentum.
The offense changing the play. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Fires one high and deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Guys, we've reached the end of the period, and North Carolina's on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Swapping ends in the field, that gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down.
Delayed game. Offense.
Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. He's looking downfield to throw. And the quarterback caught on 2 and sacked at the 12.
In these situations, 3rd and eternity, I know exactly what to do. I'm putting more DBs on the field. I know it's a pass, my best pass defenses, and then I turn my pass rushes loose. Go get that QB.
That's usually prime return position, but he'll make the fair catch just outside the 40. Off the play fake on first down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Johnson. He stopped just short of midfield. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 48.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in the game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Lopez to pass. Bringing the heat. They get to him as he throws. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And that swing pass is basically just an extension of the run game, trying to get the back out on the perimeter of the field, but nice job by the defense making the tackle.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wants to throw it. Makes the catch. It's Shipp. They ripped off 7 on that one. Now a 3rd down and 3.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with the lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football.
And they're running out the kicker to give it a try. There is no doubt, at this point in the game, this crowd knows how big this kick could be.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. That's reeled in. It's White.
This is a fun spot to be in defensively. Like, it's late in the football game. You know they're passing the football because you're up a couple of scores. You pin your ears back. You try to get to the quarterback. Play smart. Make sure you rally to the football tackle and don't give up the big plays.
Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Wants to throw. It's Castellanos. He's going for the big play. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
Well, talking to the coaching staff coming into tonight, they thought they had to have success throwing the football if they were going to win this game. And one of the biggest reasons why I'd say they're losing right now is because this guy still hasn't thrown a touchdown pass. The defense has been ready for...
He's going to let it go. Catch inside the 25. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line. The Seminoles headed quickly to the line. He wants to change this route. To the air on 1st down. Unleashes it. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Florida State.
And that's what I love about empty sets and formations on offense is that when you spread the defense out, you create bigger lanes to throw into. You saw it right there.
And with the extra point, they close it to 17-10. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. You kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Lopez wants to fire. He'll pull it down and run. And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact. They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on 3rd down at the Doak. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. He gets enough for the 1st down. Crowd is silent. Chains are moving. Clock still going. And the Tar Heels come to the line with a new set of downs. Oh, and they'll try to catch him with a pass. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw. Incomplete. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on 1st down. Now back to the air. Bought a little time. Lets it go. Makes the catch. Defense takes a timeout with 30 seconds remaining.
Now, I know that completion isn't a touchdown. It's not a deep play deep down the field, but how about the strong hands by that receiver making that catch? He made that look pretty routine. He had that DB draped all over him and still was able to help this offense get positive yards.
Timeout called by the defense, 27 seconds to go. The Tar Heels send out the punt unit. Fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on the punt. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Time's running out, Jesse. They're in a world of trouble, but as long as you've got a few ticks, there's a chance.
And they've got a quarterback, David. Just going to have to come down to some good old-fashioned heroics, right? You can't take a sack. You're going to have to buy time, and you're going to have to make some incredible throws.
Buy some time and show off that cannon, because he's going to have to throw this thing a long way down the field and get really, really lucky.
Timeout is called by the offense. They have 14 seconds left. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Scanning the field is Castellanos. Takes a shot as he lets it go. He's got it inside the 25. The sophomore making a big play and hauling in that pass. And the Seminoles come to the line in the hurry-up. Last chance coming up. Going for it all. And it's incomplete, and the final drive comes up empty, and the ball game is over. It has been said that the obstacle is the way, and this obstacle is now back-to-back losses.
Back-to-back L's. It's not the end of the world, though. I still think there's time for this team to figure